Coach, if you've been to South Florida in the summer, and I know you have, you're familiar with this. Heavy rain. It's coming down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Miami Dolphins. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Set. 10 Lobo.
Watch the run. Check 24.
General West.
Alert 3. Alert.
Hey, Delta.
Whip. Watch the whip. 36.
Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check 4.
Hey, Echo. Ready.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Hey, Haywood.
On first down, Drake. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
Hey.
Motion out of the backfield.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
59's Mike. Check, 59.
Hey, Wahoo.
I'm going back to you. Mike, check, 59. Check. 6 guys, check 6 guys.
Shoot.
Looking to throw. Herbert being chased out left. Now he's going to into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Here we go. Now the wolf.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Devon Godchaux up to make the tackle. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
at the Dolphins' 45-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Bang, 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 bang. Check, check. That's it. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
Brissett. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 45 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is. And
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Alex Anzalone. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Off the play fake. Herbert. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Out of the gun, Brissett. Open man is Higgins. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety creep.
Toss play, Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now on 2nd and 13. Brissett. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. 6-0 our score after one. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. To throw is Brissett. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. On the toss play, this is Drake. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Herbert. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Herbert. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Jamal Sheard on the stop. On 2nd down, Kamara. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Play fake. Brissett. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. The throw here caught by Devontae Parker.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for third. Back to throw. Herbert. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know, they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike 27. I'm coming, I'm coming.
Hey, lock it.
Check, check, check.
Ready, let's go.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. And he finds Stills, complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. From the gun, Herbert. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Get it.
On first down, Herbert. And nearly intercepted. That would have been a hat trick, his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Hey, Charlie. Snap.
Throwing again. Herbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 42. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot. And that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Brissett. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To throw, Brissett. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
And Kamara has it stripped, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Brissett. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They start the second half with Kamara. They'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Out, 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 out.
Check the backers, check the backers.
22, jet, bomber. 22, jet, bomber.
Kill.
Go, go.
Check this.
From the 22, Brissett flushed out right. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carter. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Here's Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jabal Sheard able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll run with Drake. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On first and 10, Herbert. It's complete. Stills. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenny Stills, 51 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On second and inches, Brissett out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Brissett now. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Facing a second and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Brissett sets to throw it. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43. Come to wild work.
Throwing on second and 14. Brissett. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the safety creep.
The give running right, Drake, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter.
22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Come for you. Check. Fire.
Right back to Drake. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
Switch it. Yes. Jump. Hey, check 24. Check your hot read. Check hot route.
On the ground, this is Kamara. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
On the ground, Kamara. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with 2nd and just 2 yards to go.
Brings up 2nd down at the 13-yard line.
Here we go. Now, look. Let's go. SOS. Switch gears. He's coming. We got double up. No.
Again, it's Kamara. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 17 yards out. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for 2. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as head play backfires in a big way. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
I smell fear in that offense.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Oh, here we go. Oh. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check.
Roll out. Defense.
2nd and 15. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 32. And the return will stop right around the 25. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They run it again with Kamara. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw now. Brissett. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, trying to get it that time to Stills. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 times. And he loses the football a second time. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And hold everything here. this one is not over yet. They return it for the touchdown.
They continue to fight, don't they?
This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
It's a very short kick taken by an up man.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They'll run. This is Kamara. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Here's Brissett. And that's knocked away and incomplete. A hat tip to P.J. Williams there defensively, making sure that one didn't find its target.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Ready?
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. 1-possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation? Under pressure and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. And that disastrous play, partner, is ultimately going to seal their fate in this one, isn't it?
It certainly is, because they gave up the 2 points, but that's not really what did it. It's having to give up the football. And because they gave up the football, guess what? The other team now can take the ball and close this game out.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. Now Kamara. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for New Orleans, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Miami, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.